Hey folks, Coach Patrick here with a bonus session this week as part of the Outseason course to talk a little bit about workout nutrition. Workout nutrition in the wintertime is a really interesting concept because it's not something that's generally on people's radars, especially when we get inside an organization and we're focused on these workouts, we're focused on compliance, we're focused on moving through the outseason in alignment with your team or with proximity towards your race. There's lots of other factors that place all of that attention on the workout session. And nutrition is one of those things that easily falls to the wayside. When you're trying to solve for a workout in the morning, the last thing you're thinking about is, what do I need to eat during my hour-long workout? And so I want to just give some baseline fundamental information around nutritional guidance to hopefully cue you in on how to create the best possible conditions for your out-season workouts, okay? First and foremost, as a coach who's expecting you to move on to longer races down the road, learning how to pace your efforts and fuel appropriately is a skill that we develop and refine as an athlete. Eventually, you'll get to a place where you're like a black belt in workout nutrition, and you can turn it on and turn it off. But for most of us, we end up in sort of this middle ground where we know enough to know what we need to do, but we don't practice it enough to really get it to work. And so all of these out-season sessions are included in that season-long progression of getting nutrition in and learning how to use it and what works for you. As you get more experience, as I mentioned earlier, you can go ahead and sort of turn it on, turn it off, do what you want to do what you not want to do. But in the beginning, I definitely recommend that we look to nutrition. And if you found yourself falling apart at the end of your workouts, struggling later in the day with your nutrition, those are all warning signs that you're simply not getting enough fuel when you're working out, okay? So keep it simple. Baseline out-season workout nutrition should really just be liquid and sports drink. For myself, I use Gatorade Endurance on race day, so Gatorade Endurance is my fuel of choice, but I enjoy the sweet stuff, and I'm able to consume it without minimal issues across a long race and short race. I have the benefit of experience. You may prefer a different product for different reasons, or may have different requirements nutritionally or physiologically that require you to choose different products. Whatever it is, pick that, and let's use that during your morning workout sessions or your daily workout sessions, whatever it is. If I'm going downstairs for an hour on the bike, I've got at least one bottle with me to go for that workout. Not that I will drink it all, I will be drinking. And then the longer the workouts go in the winter, for the weekend workouts, for example, I definitely drink that bottle in the first hour because I don't really feel it then, but boy, do I feel it in hour two, and I'm trying to drink 2 bottles at the same time because I've sweat out so much in the indoor sessions, okay? So start off with the liquid nutrition, super easy, 1 bottle per hour, the way you normally mix it, and we go. Beyond that, you have the opportunity to add solid food into the regimen as well, or gels, right? I sort of include all of that in there, but something else substantive to eat. The reason why this is important, especially for you early morning workout people, is to remember that effectively you've been fasting since whenever you went to bed, or an hour or two before you went to bed. So for me, I'm in bed at 10. I stopped eating at 8:30. From 8:30 until 6 o'clock in the morning, I've got 9.5, almost 10 hours of not eating. Which for me, and those of you who know me, that's a really long time not to go without food. In fact, if you told me that tonight, that's how much time I'm gonna go without food, I might set an alarm to wake up just to eat something because I need to eat something. I'm always eating. And so to show up at that morning workout and expect me to be at my best is just like the worst possible conditions I could think of. So I've got my short breakfast routine that is a cup of coffee, like a little package of Fig Newtons, and then I've got fluid, and then I've got additional Cliff Blocks or gels that sit next to me on a table on the bike or sit next to the treadmill on the same table. If I want to avail myself of them, I can. It's very easy. We're not fueling for endurance at this point in time. We're just fueling for making sure the workouts are optimally set up to be successful. And the reason why it's important from a physiological standpoint is to remember that you've got 3 by 10 minutes today, or 2 by 1 mile, or whatever the session is. People look at that and say, oh, the 3 by 10 minutes, so the first 10 minutes, second 10 minutes, third 10 minutes are all the same. And that is not true. Your fitness in these intervals is built towards the end of the intervals, not just the individual interval. If we've got 10 minutes, the last 2 minutes make a difference. But the third 10 minutes is much more valuable to me than the first 2 10-minute blocks. The first 2 10-minute blocks are just setting the stage for me to become successful at building the fitness I want later. So if I'm under-fueled or under-prepared to be pushing at my best when I'm later on in the intervals, then by definition, my power at that time will be suppressed. The reason why I want to bring your attention to the end of the workout, to the end of the intervals, is that people are generally only paying attention at the beginning. They start the workout and they say, yeah, first 5 minutes, I feel great. Everyone feels great in the first 5 minutes. Everyone feels great in the first 5 miles of a marathon. That's not the problem. The problem is the end. When we need to be strong, we need to be fast. So when you're doing this, do I, don't I thing with your out-season nutrition, really take a good hard look at the end of those intervals, at the end of the workouts, and see how you feel then. Another option too is just to see how your nutritional habits change over the rest of the day. Normally during the work week, when you've got shorter sessions Monday through Friday, it's not that much of a red flag. But when you get to the weekends, you do 2.5 or 3 hours of weekend run combination, for example, on a Saturday, and you are not fueling that well, my guess is that by the time you get to lunchtime, you want to eat an entire pizza or 4 omelets or whatever else. And that appetite will continue with you throughout the rest of the day. That is a sign that you have underfueled your workout. You can keep the rest of your daily nutrition in alignment with what you would normally eat. You do a better job of taking in workout food and workout calories, which, reminder, aligns with our overall endurance goals, okay? So definitely worth checking out. Now, I'll put a little light bulb here in the air. Hey, ding, 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 ding. There are people who like to do workouts fasted to challenge themselves, whether you've got permission through Best Bike Camp or you've been doing it on your own, you're doing intermittent fasting or fasted workouts, whatever that may be. That's fine, and I understand that, and you've got a strategy to make sure that you're not only well-fueled, that you're eating beforehand and then later on in the day, but that you're also eating very clean and you've accommodated that and you've worked your way into this process. If you are intentionally engaging in that strategy, then go forth and keep me posted, keep the community posted, see how it works out for you. If you are mistakenly taking part in this challenge, that's not so great, and we want you to fuel. So if you are not eating and you are not specifically doing some sort of fasted workout or a low-calorie workout protocol, then we need to figure this out. We got to close this gap to make sure that we're getting the most out of our out-season sessions. We're keeping you nutritionally on track. We're getting the workouts to be the best they could be. And final end of the out-season you is as strong as you want to be. All right? Awesome. If you've got questions about nutrition, put them in the forums. Let me know when you do our check-in call. Otherwise, I'll be back soon. Another week of content in the out-season course. See you guys.